In the summer of 2018, a quiet tourist town in Japan became the center of one of the strangest disappearances of the decade. A French traveler, on her dream vacation, walked out of a hotel one clear July morning and was never seen again. No witnesses. No CCTV. No trace. Her name was Typhane Varen. It was July 29, 2018. Typhane Varen had been staying at a small, traditional inn in the town of Nikko, about 2 hours north of Tokyo. Known for its temples, forests, and peaceful atmosphere, Nikko was a perfect escape for travelers looking for quiet beauty. At around 7:30 a.m., hotel staff saw Typhane coming down to breakfast. She greeted them politely, smiled, and appeared in good spirits. She wore casual clothes, carried a small shoulder bag, and ordered the hotel's standard morning meal: rice, miso soup, grilled fish, and tea. She finished eating, thanked the staff, and walked toward the front door. The hotel clerk remembered the sound of her sandals on the wooden floor. That was the last confirmed sighting of her alive. When housekeeping went to clean her room later that afternoon, they found something odd. Her suitcase, passport, and medications were still inside. Only her phone and small bag were missing. Typhane Varen was 36 years old, from the city of Rennes in western France. She was independent, artistic, and loved to travel alone. Family members described her as curious, careful, but brave. Since childhood, she had dealt with mild epilepsy, which meant she took daily medication. Friends said she never skipped doses and never stayed out late alone. Her Japan trip was meant to be a healing break, 10 days exploring Tokyo, Kyoto, and then the quieter countryside. Nikko was her final stop before flying home. She checked into the hotel on July 27th, spent 2 calm nights sightseeing, taking photos of shrines and waterfalls, and even posted cheerful messages to friends. Then, 2 days later, she vanished. When Typhane failed to check out or return calls, the hotel staff assumed she'd gone sightseeing. By nightfall, they contacted police. Japanese authorities began a search the next morning, August 1, 2018. They combed through mountain paths, temples, and nearby rivers. Police dogs picked up her scent near the Shinkyo Bridge, a popular photo spot, but it ended abruptly halfway across. Divers searched the river below, nothing. Her phone was never found, and there were no bank transactions or transport records after July 29th. Meanwhile, back in France, Typhane's family received a call that changed everything. "Your daughter is missing in Japan." Within days, her mother, sister, and brother flew to Nikko to join the search. They printed flyers in both French and Japanese, handed them out at train stations, temples, and shops. Locals described them as desperate but determined, walking the streets day and night, asking anyone if they had seen a tall European woman with short hair and a friendly smile. In a country covered with CCTV, it seemed impossible that someone could vanish without being caught on camera. But Typhane's case challenged that assumption. Police reviewed every nearby security camera. They found no clear footage of her leaving the hotel, entering a bus, or walking along the main streets. One blurry image from a distant shop camera might have shown her, but it was too grainy to confirm. Investigators considered possibilities. Could she have wandered into the mountains and gotten lost? Or had something more sinister happened? Search teams explored the trails behind the hotel. Helicopters scanned the dense cedar forests. Nothing. No torn clothing. No footprints. No trace of struggle. By week 2, locals began whispering theories. Some said she might have fallen into a ravine. Others believed she met someone who offered to show her around. Typhane's family soon faced another challenge: a cultural and procedural divide between Japanese and French investigators. In Japan, disappearances of adults are not always treated as criminal unless there are clear signs of foul play. Police sometimes consider them voluntary. Typhane's family, however, insisted this was not voluntary. Her medical condition and personality made it unthinkable that she would simply vanish. Months passed. Leads ran dry. The French embassy became involved. International news outlets picked up the story. Still, the mystery deepened. Several theories emerged. Accident. Typhane could have slipped while hiking alone. Nico's terrain is full of steep paths and sudden drops. But extensive searches turned up nothing. Medical episode. Some believed she might have suffered a seizure and fallen into the river. Yet no body ever surfaced, and currents there are mild. Abduction. Her family suspects she might have been taken, perhaps by someone she met in town. Several witnesses claimed they saw a foreign woman entering a car near the station, but police never confirmed it was Typhane. Voluntary disappearance. Authorities briefly considered that she may have chosen to vanish, to start over. But she left behind her passport, money, and medication, things she couldn't survive without. Pause. None of the theories fully fit. In the years that followed, Typhane's family refused to give up. Her sister, Sibylle Varin, became the face of the campaign, holding press conferences, meeting French officials, and returning to Japan multiple times. She launched petitions, documentaries, and awareness campaigns online. Her words echoed through every interview. "We just want to know what happened to my sister." Even the truth, however painful, is better than silence. In 2023, French authorities officially reopened the investigation as a criminal case, not just a missing person. A cold case unit planned to travel to Japan to re-examine evidence, hoping that new forensic technology might reveal something hidden in the data. Over time, journalists revisited the small inn where Typhane stayed. They found inconsistencies in what staff remembered, small details that didn't align. One report suggested a guest in the room next to hers heard footsteps leaving around 8 a.m. But no door sound from the corridor. Another traveler claimed that a back exit of the hotel opened directly into a narrow alley with no camera coverage, a possible blind spot. Was that where she disappeared? Did someone follow her? Or did she step out to explore one last temple and meet tragedy on the way? We still don't know. Today, tourists still walk through the peaceful streets of Nikko. They cross the same red bridge, visit the same shrines, take the same photos Typhane once took. Yet, for those who know her story, the town feels different, quieter, heavier. Local residents say her disappearance changed how they see visitors. Every time a lone traveler checks in, the staff double-check that they return safely. Some believe Typhane's case highlights the unseen risks of solo travel, not danger itself, but isolation. In a foreign land, a single moment of confusion or trust can become irreversible. 7 years have passed. No remains. No new clues. Typhane Varin's name is still on missing person lists in both France and Japan. Her family keeps a candle burning each year on July 29th, the day she vanished. They say they'll return to Japan again, no matter how long it takes. Typhane, if you're alive somewhere, know that we haven't stopped looking. Sometimes the scariest mysteries don't come from the supernatural. They come from the silence of real life, when someone simply walks out the door and never returns. Typhane Varin's disappearance remains unsolved. Her story reminds us how easily a moment can disappear into history, without a single sound. If this story moved you, share it, because awareness keeps these cases alive. For more real mysteries that remain unexplained, subscribe now to True Mystery Vault, where every story is based on true events.